two Asian megacities face a shared problem. They're running out of land, but not out of trash. Singapore, known for precision planning, is building Tua's Nexus, a single megahub fusing water treatment, solid waste management, and power generation. Shenzhen, China's hardware heart, is pursuing mega waste-to-energy plants and citywide waste sorting, woven into a waste-free city vision. Which model better shows us how to run a high-density, low-carbon city? Let's dive into Tua's Nexus versus Shenzhen. Let's start with why this even matters. Cities across the world are facing the same triple squeeze. 1. Landfills are filling up. 2. Wastewater volumes are rising with urbanization and industry. And 3. Climate targets demand lower emissions, even as energy demand keeps climbing. The easiest move has been to treat these systems separately. Waste goes to incinerators or landfills. Sewage goes to water reclamation plants. Power comes from somewhere else entirely. Now, the mindset shifts to extracting maximum value from every ton of waste and cubic meter of used water. That's why Singapore and Shenzhen are doing something more ambitious. They're trying to close the loops between water, waste, and energy, not just at the level of individual plants, but as part of their whole urban strategy. Tua's Nexus is described as the world's first greenfield facility designed from day one to integrate a major water reclamation plant with a massive solid waste management complex on a single site. It brings together two main components: Tua's water reclamation plant, or Tua's WRP. The Integrated Waste Management Facility, often called the IWMF. The IWMF handles 5,800 tons/day of municipal solid waste, 250 tons/day of recyclables, 400 tons/day of food waste, and 800 tons/day of dewatered sewage sludge. Right next door, the Tua's WRP will treat high-strength industrial used water and domestic sewage from Singapore's western catchment, producing high-quality, reclaimed water for non-potable uses. Co-locating these facilities saves about 2.6 hectares of land, shares energy systems for self-sufficiency, and optimizes logistics, reducing duplication. Tua's Nexus is expected to cut over 200,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year, equivalent to removing 42,500 cars, and generate surplus electricity for 300,000 homes. Let's zoom in on how Tua's Nexus actually works, starting with the organic loop. Food waste and dewatered sludge are fed into anaerobic digesters, where microbes break down organics into methane-rich biogas. This co-digestion significantly boosts biogas yields, turning two liabilities into a single energy asset. On the thermal side, municipal solid waste is combusted in the waste-to-energy plant, and biogas is burned as additional fuel, generating steam. Turbines turn that steam into power, running the entire Tua's complex and feeding excess electricity into the grid. Used water is treated at Tua's WRP, and high-quality reclaimed water is sent to industrial customers, reducing demand for potable water. Compared with building separate, standalone plants, Tua's Nexus is expected to cut more than 200,000 tons of CO2 emissions per year, roughly comparable to taking around 42,500 cars off the road in Singapore. Save about 2.6 hectares of land by co-locating water and waste treatment facilities instead of spreading them across different sites. For a small, land-constrained island city with big climate goals, those are very deliberate design choices. While the detailed process train is complex, the key idea is simple. Every output becomes someone else's input. Now let's move to Shenzhen. Shenzhen is one of China's fastest-growing megacities, and like Singapore, it faces tight land constraints, rising waste volumes, and ambitious climate and environmental targets. At the heart of Shenzhen's strategy is the Shenzhen East Waste-to-Energy Plant, processing 5,000 tons of waste daily. It generates 550 million kilowatt-hours of electricity annually, displacing coal-fired power and shrinking landfill volumes. Shenzhen's ambition extends to a waste-free city strategy, minimizing landfilling through strong waste sorting rules and expanded recycling infrastructure. The city is also exploring sludge-to-energy pathways, co-digestion of food waste with sewage sludge, and sponge city initiatives for stormwater management. So, instead of one hyper-integrated hub like Tua's Nexus, Shenzhen builds a distributed ecosystem of plants and green infrastructure. Unlike Tua's nexus, Shenzhen does not yet have one single megasite where water, waste, and energy all sit together. Instead, it uses a distributed integration model. Huge WT plants with integrated solar provide electricity and cut landfill demand. Multiple wastewater and sludge facilities gradually add more energy recovery. Citywide programs tie together solid waste, sludge, stormwater, and recycling within the waste-free and sponge city agendas. One interesting parallel between Singapore and China is the push toward co-digestion of sludge and food waste. In many Chinese wastewater plants, waste-activated sludge has relatively low organic content, often only 20 to 50% volatile solids, lower than in some developed countries. On its own, that makes anaerobic digestion less efficient and less attractive economically. Adding food waste into the mix, or co-digestion, significantly boosts methane yields and overall energy output. This means future wastewater plants are likely to become multi-feedstock digestion hubs, similar to what Tua's Nexus is doing, but implemented across multiple locations. Now that we've seen both models, let's compare them directly. Tua's Nexus is a single-site superhub with water, solid waste, and energy physically integrated in one campus. Shenzhen is a distributed ecosystem with giant waste-to-energy plants and multiple facilities, where integration happens at city scale through policy. Tua's Nexus saves over 200,000 tons of carbon dioxide per year and 2.6 hectares of land, generating surplus electricity for 300,000 homes. Shenzhen's East Waste-to-Energy plant processes 5,000 tons/day and generates 550 gigawatt-hours per year, significantly reducing reliance on landfills and fossil power. Singapore frames Tua's Nexus as a flagship of zero-waste nation and water security, while Shenzhen's narrative is about building a waste-free and sponge city. Neither model is better in the abstract. Tua's Nexus shows what's possible in a meticulously designed hub, and Shenzhen shows how to move a metropolis towards circularity with multiple nodes. So, what does this Singapore-Shenzhen comparison tell other cities trying to upgrade their waste and water systems? First, think in systems, not silos. Planning waste, water, and energy separately misses huge opportunities for co-digestion, shared power, and logistics. Second, use organics intelligently. Food waste and sludge are valuable when combined and digested, turning liabilities into energy assets. Third, adapt the blueprint to your context. Small, centralized cities may favor a Tua-style superhub, while large megacities may need a distributed Shenzhen-style network. If you'd like a follow-up video that zooms in on the engineering of co-digestion or compares Tua's Nexus with integrated hubs in Europe or North America, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.